Am I the asshole for wanting my wife to contribute towards household expenses proportionally?
This is tough. I'm trying to lean towards no, just because I don't know. It's such a tough economy right now. Sometimes it takes a 2-person household to make it work. But I'm getting a gut feeling, and just because of the stories we've been covering a lot lately, the wife is pregnant, can't work, and this is what I just posted on TikTok. So wife can't work, is pregnant at the moment, and probably is not working and can't contribute. So I'm gonna go asshole with that, my guy.
So when my wife and I married, we had decided that she would be a stay-at-home mom.
Oh, okay. So how can she possibly split the bill then?
Magic.
Insane.
She is Russian and has gone no contact with her family since about the time we got married, since they are alcoholics. She came here as a student, and we have a 5-year-old daughter. Our arrangement was that I gave her an allowance for buying, which I hate that terminology, but anyway, I gave her an allowance for buying anything she wanted for herself, and then I paid for other expenses that we both agreed on. I make more money than enough for all of us. It has always been a point of contention, and she wants me to increase her allowance. Sometimes when we disagree on a purchase like a toy for our daughter, she will use her allowance to get it, then expect me to reimburse her allowance for it.
I mean, yeah, it's for your daughter.
Yeah. It's
dumbass.
Additionally, she wanted to buy expensive makeup and use it even just for going out to see friends casually. Recently, since our daughter started school, she has started doing a few gig jobs like dog walking. I was not for it, but I can't stop her from doing what she wants.
Ooh, red flag.
Yeah. Why was she? Why?
Ooh, red flag.
Don't you want her to do that?
Red flag. Ooh, you a financial abuser, my guy. Ooh.
That's what I'm getting here. However, the time she spends doing that means that she has less time to be a stay-at-home mom. So I told her recently that I expect her to pay for the house expenses proportional to what she earns. She disagrees, and I said I could just reimburse her allowance in that case, as she now earns money. She got quite angry with me, and we fought. Things seem better now, but sometimes I feel like she is still a little upset. She used some minor things against me, like the few times I asked her for money, as I did not have change for small purchases. Was I the asshole here? I think it's only fair to change the arrangement now that she works.
Yes. And again, you sound like someone that financially abuses your parent or your partner.
Yes.
And you want to be able to control all the finances, right? And here's the thing too. We talk an allowance, which is a weird thing to say.
It's
about,
a weird phrasing.
It is weird. But okay, hear me out. Devil's advocate, it might work for some people, and that if that's your thing, that's your thing. However, the weird vibe that I'm getting is you're trying to tell me that he's trying to dictate like what she can earn. And she's saying that like, hey, you got to earn your keep now. But what the guy is not considering is that she's severely underpaid at the end of the day.
Yes.
Why aren't you giving more and more allowance? Because she's running the whole ship in the house, right?
Yeah.
She is essentially most of the, and this is just assumption, but this is usually right. Chances are she's the cook. So you ain't paying her for no chef fucking bills. She's usually the cleaner, which cleaners are expensive to hire. So you should be paying her for that.
Mm-hmm.
Babysitter, picking up the kid, doing all the shit. And not only that is you have the audacity to get mad at her for you not having any worries outside of like your 9 to 5 or your day job, which is pretty fucked up, my guy. And the fact that you said that you don't like her working makes me think that you want to hold her down so you can have control over her.
That's exactly what it seems.
Is a fucking red flag.
Yeah. I mean, everything you just said is exactly it. Sean brings this up a hundred tons of times. He says, you know how expensive like daycare is and like child care. And yeah, you're giving her allowance. I imagine can't be that much money compared to like what she should be getting paid.
Yeah.
And you look at it as not a job. That's what you like. People like this look at stay-at-home parents and they're like, that's not a job. It's way more work than you probably do. Guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
Taking care of kid, housework, cooking, cleaning, all that kind of shit is a lot of fucking work. And it's 24/7.
It's exhausting.
And it's exhausting. And you're just like, oh, I do a 9 to 5. Like, here's your allowance. It's like, what the fuck, dude? So anyway, asshole from me, an asshole from Reddit. And he puts an edit here.
It's probably not going to help, huh?
Well, we'll see. Edit.
Okay.
I get it. I'm an asshole. I know I have controlling restrictions on her. We rushed into marriage for her visa issues as she could not find a job and hence married me. I always intended to lessen them once I trusted her and realized I really do. My dad insisted I be careful because of what people say about Russian brides. She has an Ivy degree in physics, and I know her dream is to be in science. I will talk to her and see if she wants to get a master's or try getting jobs again now that she has a permanent residence. And I will tell her to just use the shared account for any expenses as long as it's not like $1,000 expense.
So she has a dream, and you restricted her to being
because you didn't trust her.
Stay at home,
but married her.
Weird behavior.
Weird behavior. It's weird for sure. And Randolph MD says you're the asshole. This all seems like pretty textbook financial abuse. She is supposed to be your partner. You are essentially paying her to be your wife and homemaker. She was obviously more vulnerable to this sort of abuse since you chose someone without family to help her. What the fuck do you know about makeup? Women are under a lot of pressures to keep up appearances, and let's not kid ourselves. You'd be posting here about how you are mad that she is letting herself go if she wasn't. You don't have a wife or want a wife. You desire a housekeeper who will sleep with you. Hopefully she is slashing her earnings away so she can leave you.
Agree.
So there was all that. And he put the edit.
I'd be rushing to leave you if I was a girl.
There it is. So that post was, as we're recording, about 10 months ago.
Damn.
This next story we've got also posted on Am I the Asshole by the same guy.
Oh, he's complaining about
a few days ago.
He's going to complain about her, huh? So she left her. She left his ass.
Well, it's an Am I the Asshole? So
okay.
I don't know and these are the only two posts he's ever made on this account. So I didn't see any like relationship advice or anything like that. But this one is titled, Am I the Asshole for not buying my wife $350 shoes?
I mean, because he was the asshole on the other one, I might as well go with, yes, he's the asshole again.
I've never done this where it's back-to-back same poster. I thought this was super interesting. So
okay.
This sheds a little bit more light on, their relationship.
He's the heel of this story so far. So
damn, you couldn't even let me get into the story before you start.
I'm sorry. I had to.
All right. So I'm on a trip to a country in Asia for work and left from the US. My work was okay with me bringing my wife as long as I paid for her ticket. So I thought I'd treat her to a trip. I paid for her ticket and left our 6-year-old with a friend. We were slightly rushed as we made it to the airport a little late and weren't sure about the lines at security. Unfortunately for my wife, once we crossed security, the heel on her boot broke. I don't know why, but she insisted on wearing heels everywhere and was all dressed up for this trip. Like not completely broken, but would completely fold outwards when she had to walk on tiptoes. So he's talking about the shoe. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, there weren't many shoe shops, and the shops we found were rather expensive. Most of the women's shoes were weird looking, but she liked one pair of heeled boots. However, it was around $350, which while I could afford, it didn't seem reasonable to me. We were already near the gate, so I suggested looking again at our layover airport in Europe. Unfortunately, we had the same problem there. While there were many shops, many of them were closed, and the only one shop we found in our terminal had an even outrageous price of around €400.
It's tax. You can get that money back. It's tax-free shopping, brother.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, you actually get a receipt and then you bring it to thing and you'll get some money back essentially.
Interesting. Okay. I don't travel enough to know that. That's good to know, John. Eventually, I just told her to wait until we arrived and she changed her shoe while we picked our checked bags. So am I the asshole here? She's a stay-at-home mom, so she doesn't have any of her own money. And after the cost of flights and paying my friend to babysit, we'd already spent more than usual. She seemed to handle it fine, just had to walk on tiptoes and put less pressure on the broken heel, and I carried the heavier cabin luggage. However, she got upset with me after we arrived, despite not saying much during the trip. So am I the asshole?
Again, the heel of this story continues. Absolutely, dude. I mean, okay, granted, $300 is a lot. I give you that. That is a very expensive piece of shoes. Personally, I wouldn't spend that much on shoes to begin with. Like, I'm a cheap motherfucker. However, you don't give your wife anything. So the one ask you probably asked from you, and just because of the context of the previous
of the first
story, first story, I'm inclined to say you're still the asshole, dude. But had this been just a normal story where there was no previous kind of, there's no
Connection.
previous like bias or connection, like their flight. I'd probably lean towards, okay, I get it. It is expensive, but based on the information we've been provided, yeah, you still are, dude.
Yeah. Well, and on top of that, like, it sounds like he has not, upped her quote unquote allowance.
Our allowance. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so you're still controlling her finances from the last story and like not allowing her to make her own money so that she could, if she wanted to, buy her own shoes.
Can I also say something too that makes me laugh, that just fucking kills everything that he's mentioned? He said that it was very expensive to hire somebody to take care of the kid.
You don't say. You don't
fucking say. You dumb bitch.
Yeah, that one, I got that one too. That was funny. But
bitch.
Reddit deemed asshole, obviously. And most of the comments were linking to the first story he posted, which is where I found it.
Good.
So
Internet got receipts, people.
Oh yeah.
They got receipts.
Use a different Reddit account if you don't want people to find that out. Or don't. I mean, I appreciate being able to look back on your shitty behavior.
This is content for us and we appreciate you.
We appreciate the content, not what you do to your wife.
Yes.
Get therapy.